The masked man stepped forward slowly. The dim tunnel lights flickered above him. Clara's heart pounded violently in her chest, because the way he walked felt horribly familiar.
Stranger wearing a familiar face, and Lily had known the truth for 12 years. Whoever was coming, they were getting closer. Clara tightened her grip on the flash drive. "Who's coming?" she asked. Her father didn't even turn around. "You already know the answer." Lily stepped forward, her expression hard. "Your men." Their father nodded calmly. "They've been following you all night." Clara stared at him in disbelief. "You set all of this up?" "Of course," he replied. "You really think voice calm but cutting. Lily stepped forward, her eyes burning. "I came back to end this. Everything. Tonight." The men behind him moved closer. Slow, careful steps that echoed ominously. Their eyes never left Clara, Lily, or Daniel. Clara could feel the tension in the air, almost taste it. Every breath felt thick, like inhaling lead. Suddenly, Daniel moved. He ducked behind a pillar and gestured for Clara and Lily to follow. "Now," he whispered urgently. Clara followed, heart pounding so loudly she feared the men would hear it. The tunnel twisted and turned, the shadows seeming to follow their every move. Her father's voice called out calmly, almost taunting. "You think running will save you? After all these years? After everything?" Lily's hands shook slightly, but she didn't break eye contact. "I've been running for 12 years, but not tonight. Not anymore." The men circled closer. Clara could hear the metallic scrape of their boots on the concrete. The echo made the tunnel seem infinitely longer, like it was swallowing them whole. Daniel whispered, "We need a plan. We can't fight them head on. There are too many." Clara felt fear clawing at her chest, but also a flicker of defiance. She had been through too much to back down now. Suddenly, a spark of chaos. One of the men lunged toward Lily. In an instant, Daniel intercepted, grappling with the attacker. The sound of bodies colliding, boots sliding, and metal scraping echoed through the tunnel. Clara barely dodged as another man aimed at them, gun raised. She ducked instinctively, the flash drive almost slipping from her fingers. Lily's voice rang out, clear and commanding. "Clara, Daniel, now, run!" The three of them sprinted deeper into the tunnel, hearts racing. Concrete walls flashed past them as they searched for cover. The men pursued them relentlessly, shouting instructions, their voices bouncing and overlapping in the tunnel's hollow space. Then, suddenly, a shadow moved faster than the rest. One of the attackers had anticipated their route. Clara skidded to a stop, spinning around. Her father's calm, cold face appeared in the dim light. "You can't escape this, Clara," he said, voice echoing like a death sentence. Clara felt the weight of those words press on her chest. 12 years of fear, secrets, and lies had led to this moment. And then, a deafening crash. Something heavy fell from above, scattering dust and debris. The lights flickered violently, plunging the tunnel into near darkness. When they returned, one of the men was gone, and another was pinned against the wall by some unseen force. Clara's heart raced faster than ever. What just happened?" Daniel gasped. Her father's eyes narrowed, the flicker of uncertainty showing for the first time. Clara swallowed, clutching the flash drive. She realized one terrifying truth. This night wasn't just about exposing secrets. It was about survival. And survival would demand everything they had. The tunnel was barely lit. Dust swirled in the air. Clara's heart raced as she realized they were trapped. Her father's men were closing in, but something else, something darker, lurked in the shadows. Clara, Lily, and Daniel pressed against the cold concrete wall, trying to catch their breath. The air was thick with fear and dust, and every movement seemed amplified in the silence. Daniel whispered urgently, "We need to find another exit. Fast! They're surrounding us." Clara's hands tightened around the flash drive. She knew its contents could destroy everything, yet she also knew it could save lives. Somehow. Lily glanced down a narrow side passage of the tunnel, eyes scanning for traps. "We don't have much time," she said. "Every second we wait, they're getting closer." The metallic echo of footsteps approached again. Clara's father emerged from the shadows, his expression calm. Message pressed in on Clara, Lily, and Daniel. Every shadow seemed alive, writhing along the walls as the growls echoed and multiplied. Clara felt sweat bead on her forehead. Her hands were shaking, and the flash drive felt impossibly heavy in her grip. Daniel whispered urgently, "We can't stay here. We have to move." Lily glanced back toward the tunnel entrance. "They're not coming after us. Not yet. Whatever this is, it's waiting for someone else." Clara swallowed hard, terror coiling inside her. She had faced her father's wrath, 12 years of family secrets, the looming threat of his men. But this was different. The tunnel seemed endless. Every corner they turned, the shadows thickened. The growling grew closer. The sound of breathing, deep, ragged, and not human, reverberated off the walls. Suddenly, from the darkness, a figure lunged. Clara screamed, stumbling backward as the creature hit the wall near them with a heavy thud. Dust flew into the air. Lily grabbed her arm. "Keep moving!" Daniel blocked their path instinctively, holding the creature back. It hissed, a low sound that sent shivers down their spines. Its eyes glowed faintly in the dim light. Clara glanced behind them and froze. The men following their father had stopped, staring at the shadows with a mix of fear and confusion. Even their father's calm demeanor cracked for just a moment. This wasn't supposed to happen, he muttered. Clara's mind raced. Something had been lying in wait, hidden all these years, and now it had been awakened by the chaos. Lily tugged at Clara's sleeve. "There's another exit," she hissed. "I saw it when we came in. Hurry!" They ran, pressing their backs against the cold concrete walls, ducking under pipes, leaping over debris. The growling followed them relentlessly, echoing, mocking, and promising danger at every step. Daniel glanced at Clara. "Keep that drive safe. It's the only reason we even have a chance." Clara's hands trembled as she clutched it. She couldn't let it fall. Not now. Not after everything. A shadow darted across the tunnel in front of them. Something massive. Something fast. Daniel pushed them into a small alcove just as the figure lunged past. Dust and debris rained down, and the creature's roar echoed through the tunnels like a thunderclap. Clara's chest heaved. Fear mingled with determination. She couldn't run forever. Her father's voice called out, distant but firm. "You can't hide. Not from me. Not from the consequences." Clara swallowed, turning to face Lily and Daniel. Her jaw tightened. "Then we face it. All of it. Tonight, it ends." The growling stopped suddenly. Silence filled the tunnel, suffocating and complete. Then, from the deepest shadows, a single figure stepped forward. Tall, silent, dangerous. Clara's eyes widened as she recognized the unmistakable shape. It wasn't her father. It wasn't one of his men. It was the one they had all feared most, the real mastermind behind everything. And in a low, chilling whisper, it said, "You've come far, but you're not ready to survive the truth."
The figure stepped out of the shadows. Clara's stomach dropped.
the figure said, a trace of amusement in the voice. Then you know why you should be afraid. The tension in the tunnel was palpable. Clara could feel it like electricity, thick in the air. Every shadow seemed alive, every sound amplified. Suddenly, her father barked a command. Now! The men surged forward, rushing toward the group. Clara, Lily, and Daniel ran, weaving through the debris-filled tunnel. The figure stayed behind, watching, calculating. Clara glanced back. The mastermind's eyes gleamed from the darkness, unflinching. Calm. Inhumanly calm. This ends tonight, Lily whispered. But Clara could barely breathe. Every step, every heartbeat was a countdown. Then, a loud metallic clang echoed down the tunnel. Something huge had shifted above. Dust rained down as part of the ceiling cracked. The mastermind moved with impossible speed, stepping between Clara and Lily. You can't outrun the truth, it said. Clara's grip on the flash drive tightened. She realized the final confrontation was unavoidable. Suddenly, from the darkness behind them, Daniel shouted, "Look out!" A shadow lunged, faster than anything Clara had seen. The tunnel erupted in chaos. Screams, crashes, and the echo of falling debris filled the air. Clara stumbled, trying to protect Lily, protect the drive, protect everything. And then, the weight of 12 years of fear and betrayal. Her father groaned from the ground. Clara barely had time to glance back. Clara looked at the small alcove where they had taken cover. It was dark, hidden from sight, just enough to keep something out of reach. Slowly, carefully, she slipped the flash drive into a small crevice between the concrete walls. It was out of sight, yet not lost. A silent promise that the truth wasn't gone, just buried for now. Lily placed a hand on her sister's shoulder. We did what we had to. Whatever happens next, it's not ours to control. Clara swallowed hard, her eyes fixed on the tiny drive hidden in the shadows. The tunnel was quiet, too quiet. And then, as if the darkness itself had a voice, a whisper floated through the air. You can hide it, but the truth will always find a way. Clara's heart skipped a beat. She knew this wasn't the end. She glanced at Lily and Daniel. We'll survive. This time. But it's not over. Not yet. The three of them turned and walked toward the faint light at the tunnel's exit, leaving the flash drive behind. Safe for now, but carrying secrets powerful enough to destroy everything when the time came.